What's up, everyone? And Happy New Year. As the sun went into Aries, we started a new cycle of a new zodiac. So Happy New Year to everyone. Tigres ended up losing in the heavyweight clash against Club America. As you can see, Scarlett Antonio, a former Tigres player, ended up being the player that had the game-winning goal. And it's always the former players, right? It's so weird how it... No, it's not weird why it happens. It happens for a reason, okay? It always happens for a reason. Now, Club America's team, they didn't have Sarah, Kiana, but they did have Montesi, Scarlett, Luna Hernandez, Irene, and everyone else in company. They didn't even start Pano, so I was like, hey, look, Tigres, this is... Well, they kind of weak. They don't really got they hitters like they did last time we saw them in the semifinals. And the matchups, I think Christina had a matchup with Scarlett for like the first couple minutes. And Scarlett ended up going on the other side to where, who was playing on the other side? Was it Annika? Yeah, I think it was Annika. But yeah, Scarlett was the main factor causing problems for Tigres. And everyone else was kind of like, Mondesi was very quiet. She was kind of quiet today. You know, we had been seeing her show out. And this is the match Club America had. Club America was coming off a 1-0, not a 1-0, a 1-1 draw, right? And we know Tigres were coming off that 7 goal banger. So a step up in quality when it came to the two teams. And like I said, Club America, I did wish Tigres beat them because I thought actually Pedro was going to start Jennifer, but he didn't start her, which he probably should have. Should have had all the attack that we needed up front to counter Club America's attack and also have connection. So Pedro, he didn't do what he needed to do, I think, on the field when it came to the starting lineup. So that was one of the issues. I'm kind of like, why not start the Brazilian? It doesn't make any sense. She's playing well. She's scoring goals. And it's better for Tigres against a team that we know that has the ability to score lots of stuff. Lots of goals. So Katlana got her first goal, 13 minutes. Man, like I said, this match happened. I didn't watch a couple football matches since then. Yeah, I don't feel like it was a chippy game. There was a lot of fouls. They were slide tackling each other, very handsy at this match. So we're gonna see them in the playoffs postseason, and I feel we'll have a different match. Club America were playing at home as well, so they continue to say, look, we don't even have some of our best players, but yet we're still beating Tigres. And I mean, that should be something Tigres need to understand. Like, they beat you without Sarah and Kiana and some other people, and y'all pretty much had everyone besides, Greta maybe. Okay, because Farmer's available. So what's y'all excuse? Huh? I don't know. What's y'all excuse, Tigres? There's no excuse to take an L to Club America when they didn't even play, I feel, their best either. But the season is almost over. Both teams, America and Tigres, are in a playoff position. So we got like 4 more matches, and we'll see how everything suits up postseason, all right? Well. So Chelsea got the best of City, especially in the second half. And it was a late goal, 90th minute Chelsea. But they dominated the whole second half, but they didn't score. Kanerud was being disrespectful to our back line multiple times in the second half, and I was very, I don't understand. This is the reason why I always say I'm starting Kanerud, like, clearly. The efficiency that Chelsea handled City in the second half was quite marvelous. City had a very tough time getting the ball back, and plus, Caroline didn't have to do what she needed to do. She didn't do what she did in the first half, right? Because I would have been tired too. It's like, I'm not the whole team. Everyone else really didn't, like, especially our creative players. We didn't have enough spark. We didn't have enough oomph. And this lineup, it's funny. We didn't get to have Mary Fowler till second half, but I think it's because the Champions League, right? And we know that City are not winning the league, unfortunately. But third place champions position is getting very difficult if they continue to drop points, and we need our bodies back as soon as possible. Lazell gets the start, even though Kirsten gets the starts, even though we should be playing the Arsenal loanee. And I was looking, City will have to sign more effective. We need more center backs and fullbacks. Period. At the end of the day, they need help defensively. I feel like we're getting more numbers in the midfield, but for sure we need help defensively. It's just not good enough. It's just not going to be good enough. It is the reality of it. Y'all need help defensively. Y'all don't have the players. Laura Coombs actually played really decent in this game, and I thought that we needed her energy. He put Jess Park back out wide, and now we have Mary Fowler in midfield. You see how he's starting to change some of these things that Taylor had in order. And it is a process of unlearning fuckery and learning something that's going to work with your team and help your team, right? Mitama, where was you at, Mitama? Huh? You were the Lone Ranger today. Caroline dominated the first half for City, and she ended up scoring a goal. Chelsea really couldn't stop her. Charles was doing her best. But overall, City were playing through one playmaker, Caroline. And then that was it. She was fueling everything. And this is why City couldn't create anything in the second half. Y'all were relying on Caroline to do everything, and that's just not going to work. It's a team. It's not going to work. So, I mean, we're going to have to fix some things. Chelsea coming up again in the match of the Champions League. Being up 2 goals is amazing, but I already seen teams lose a 2-goal lead in the game and still lose. So, I mean, City, you know that Chelsea can dominate a second half, and you kind of know you can dominate a first half. So this last clash will be very memorable. City could kick out Chelsea, and we did see Barca finally lose. So, hey, look, the tides may be shifting, but beating Barca and beating Chelsea, that's still not going to be very easy, all right? But Chelsea is up next again, and we'll see how that last one goes. All right, and out of my big 3 or big 4, Houston ended up getting the dub against Chicago Stars. Now, Chicago Stars are missing Swanson, but they did have Josephs. She's a really good little attacker. Also, Lido Mill. They had a decent, Chicago still needs some help. But Houston, under new management, with the additions of all these players that have been playing NWSL, Houston played tactically. Houston played so different. Nielsen was kind of slipping in the beginning. I was like, Nielsen, what you doing? Wake up. But she ended up scoring a goal. The bounce from the goal from Joseph could have been prevented, right, Nielsen? But she ended up, countering it herself. And once again, we talked about Maggie Graham in the first game. She literally comes on the field and gets a goal, assist from Sheehan, I believe. But yeah, Houston looked like a totally different club, and I'm very grateful because, as a Houston Dash supporter, we've been in the trenches. And it's nice to have a collective of people that know how to get the job done. Even though, they lost against Washington, getting a bounce back win away from home is always something that I like to see. And, listening to Maggie Graham little post game, she talking about, people should be afraid of Houston. Not just as an underdog team, but as a championship team. That was her words. And she said there's a lot of talent on Houston. So I'm very grateful that we got a young player talking like this, speaking beautiful things over the Dash, as they always should. But this is her first season. She don't really know too much of the Dash history, but she can already see the potential, and she's a part of it, already helping us score 2 goals. So shout out to the Dash for holding it down because everyone else lost. Yeah, man. Happy New Year to everyone. Like I said again, it's your girl Anita flying high, and I'm going to see you on the next one.